Hey gamers! As promised, this is my PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One review. I have made this review as detailed as possible to give you the best information on which console to choose. Before I go into technology inside each console, we'll start simple. First, price. The PlayStation 4 costs $399, while the Xbox One costs $499. Now, the PlayStation 4 does not come with the PlayStation Eye camera, but the camera will only cost $59. So with the PlayStation 4 and Eye camera, you will pay $458. While the Xbox One with the Kinect camera included will cost $499. So even with the PlayStation Eye camera sold separately, you will save $41 with the PlayStation 4. Winner in price category, PlayStation 4. Design of the new consoles. Both consoles are black. The Xbox One sits flat, but is huge, while the PlayStation 4 stands and has 3 dividers in its casing. Both consoles tie in terms of design. Controllers. The Xbox One supposedly made 40 improvements to its new controller, but honestly, they seem fairly minor. You get a slightly better D-pad and a better trigger buttons for comfort, but that's about it. Not much of an improvement. The PlayStation 4 controller has many new things. It has a sensor bar on the front of the controller that will act as a motion controller. There is a touchpad in the middle of the controller that will add new experience to gameplay. The trigger buttons have been improved for better comfort. The D-pad is the same, but what can I say? There is a port to hook headphones into the controller directly. There are a few other minor things, but they're not worth mentioning. In this category, the PlayStation 4 controller wins by a large margin. Secondary controllers or secondary screens. Both consoles will be able to use tablets and even smartphones to act as secondary controllers or screens. Though my understanding there is a bit better interface with the Xbox One in this area, but the PlayStation 4 has one major advantage. The PlayStation Vita will act as a controller, and furthermore you will be able to stream your PlayStation 4 games directly to it. Sony basically made a better version of the Wii U, but there is one more major leap in gaming here. You'll be able to stream your games to the PS Vita anywhere in the city as long as you have Wi-Fi or 3G network access. The only negative thing about this is the PlayStation Vita's own game library may stop because of this streaming option, but considering the PS Vita hasn't sold well, this could give it a new lease on life. In this category, the PlayStation 4 wins. Motion cameras. Initially, it was believed the Xbox One Kinect 2 was far more sophisticated over the PlayStation 4 Eye camera, but as it turns out, this may not be the case. According to the latest information, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 cameras can both do voice and motion recognition, as well as monitor movements of up to 6 to 8 people, including their skeleton structure, breathing, sweating, possibly heart rate. In terms of these areas, they are fairly close in sophistication. The one major area the Xbox One Kinect 2 wins over is with Xbox One's new media center, where you can tell it to change the channel, go to the internet, play a movie, increase volume, pause, play, rewind, fast forward, stop. However, it is believed the PlayStation 4 could do this option with the voice control. So as of right now, it is too close a race between these two to give a definitive victory to either one. There is one massive advantage the PlayStation 4 will have over the Xbox One. Sony has released new 3D visors that give us almost IMAX quality 3D experience, but they were a precursor to the VR visor. Yes, Sony has reportedly created a high-definition virtual reality headset for gaming with the PlayStation 4. This would open up a whole new gaming experience that motion controls, vibration controllers, and 3D effects have given, but in a whole new level of interaction. The only problem is, while Microsoft is apparently not working on virtual reality yet, another company called Oculus VR is getting ready to release its own VR visor called Oculus Rift, which is apparently a solid virtual reality experience. This visor will be available for computers only, so Microsoft's Xbox One will not benefit from this. However, this clearly shows VR technology is extremely close, and Sony is likely to release a virtual reality headset within the next year or two. PlayStation 4 wins in this category. Media centers. Both consoles have sophisticated media centers. The PlayStation 4 will have Netflix, Video Unlimited, Music Unlimited, Amazon Instant Video. Xbox One has some of these too, but there is one advantage the PlayStation 4 has over the Xbox One. The video services don't require a subscription to PlayStation Network. However, the Xbox One has the voice control center to plug your cable satellite or digital box into. It is able to change your TV channels, raise and lower volume by voice, which is a major leap forward. While the PlayStation 4 will be capable of this, it doesn't have an ingoing HDMI port to receive the live TV signals, so it can't do this function. But I suspect Sony will release a small adapter to fix this problem eventually. However, this technology I think is about 10 years too soon, so I guess we'll see how it is utilized. It is a close battle, but for now the Xbox One does win, but only by a small margin. Games. While we haven't seen the games for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One yet to do a full comparison of their graphics, with new titles like Call of Duty Ghosts, the PlayStation 4 version will have an extra hour of gameplay, and the graphics will be more impressive. It has been reported that both consoles will have 4K gaming eventually, but probably not for a while. According to the latest information, more games are being made for the PlayStation 4 than Xbox One, though this could change, but apparently more developers are going to the PlayStation 4 for games. As of right now, games in quality and quantity, the winner is the PlayStation 4. Okay guys, it's time to discuss the inner making of both consoles. Both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One use 8-core Jaguar CPU architectures. These are standard boards used in PCs, which will make it a much easier process to develop games for these consoles. The PS4 Jaguar CPU operates at 2.0 GHz, while the Xbox One Jaguar CPU operates at 1.6 GHz. This means the processors in the PlayStation 4 are faster than the ones in the Xbox One, but only by 0.4 GHz, still an advantage. The GPU in the PlayStation 4 is a Radeon GPU which operates at 1.84 TFLOPS. The GPU in the Xbox One is a D3D 11.1 GPU which operates at 1.2 TFLOPS. The PlayStation 4 GPU operates faster than the Xbox One GPU by 0.64 TFLOPS. It means the PlayStation 4 has a more powerful GPU by a considerable margin. Memory. Okay, here's the big difference. The PlayStation 4 uses a memory called GDDR5, while the Xbox One uses DDR3. They both have 8 GB of memory, but the PlayStation 4's memory is far superior. Here's the ratio. The GDDR5 memory is 1 GB of GDDR5 is 4 GB of DDR3. So, 4 times 8 equals 32 GB of DDR3, and you subtract the 8 GB of DDR3 from the Xbox One. 32 minus 8 equals 24 GB of DDR3. So that means the 8 GB of GDR5 in the PlayStation 4 after the 8 GB subtraction is 24 times faster and powerful than the 8 GB in the Xbox One. PlayStation 4's memory wins by a huge margin. This will give the PlayStation 4 a huge margin in speed and graphical superiority. I almost forgot. The PlayStation 4's bandwidth will be 176 GB, while the Xbox One will have 68 GB worth of bandwidth. Hard drive. Both consoles have 500 GB internal hard drives. However, the PlayStation 4 will have the option of changing the hard drive out. for a larger one, while the Xbox One you won't. However, you will reportedly be able to plug external hard drives into the Xbox One, but it is believed the PlayStation 4 will have the same option. The winner here is the PlayStation 4. Blu-ray drives. This time both consoles will have one, and yes, you can still play DVDs. The PlayStation 4's Blu-ray drive will be a 6x speed, which will allow for much faster gaming loading. I don't know the exact speed of the Xbox One Blu-ray drive. As of right now, the PlayStation 4 is winning, but this could end up as a tie. Okay guys, I could go into further detail on the HDMI ports and so forth, but I don't see the point. Now I will discuss the console's operating systems. Both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One have revamped operating systems for a more friendly interface and to be similar to a PC structure OS. The PlayStation 4 OS will allow firmware updates to take place in the background while you're still able to play your games, movies, use the net, and not even notice. The PlayStation 4 has an internet browser, so you'll be able to more effectively surf the net. You can download games, and the first section will be available immediately while the rest of the game is downloading. You'll be able to stream footage of your games to Facebook and YouTube apparently very easily. As well, there's a new button on the PlayStation 4 controller which will allow other gamers to take control of your game and help you if you're stuck, as well open chat during games. There's a sleep mode for the PlayStation 4, but it will also be able to boot up almost instantly. The Xbox One OS is similar to their Microsoft Windows OS and has its own features. The Xbox One Internet browser is apparently close to Internet Explorer, so in a way this could be a good thing, or possibly a bad thing. You will have access to Skype and Facebook and YouTube. You'll be able to upload game footage to Facebook and YouTube. It's unclear at this time if the Xbox One will have live chatting games and allow remote control to games for other players to assist each other online. The Xbox One apparently will allow for updates in the background while you're busy enjoying your games, movies, or internet. The Xbox One can turn on and off by voice command and has a fast boot too. Both consoles have sophisticated operating systems, each with their own special features. It is way too soon to say which OS is superior, though I do believe the PS4 with its better hardware architecture will have a better performance OS, but again, it is too soon to set anything in stone. For now, it's a fair tie between them.